Good morning, everyone. Today is August 23rd, 5:30 a.m. So, I do have a position open just now to the upside. It looks bullish for the night. It closed here at the yellow line and then dipped down a little bit after hours, and then it climbed back up slowly. But last night's move dwarfs in comparison to yesterday's drop. So even though it looks bullish, um, we are in bearish territory. So that's all we have going today. I'm going to go ahead and start the video. I'll go get my coffee. I'll be right back. We do have a play. Looking forward to this, to the upside. We probably won't get through this resistance, but we will see. There will be news at 7 o'clock, so there'll be some catalysts. We will see. Okay, I'm back. There's not much happening here except that we're slowly climbing to the upside, but it's too slow for my taste. So while we have that play going, I want to give you guys an update on the 3 evals that I had yesterday during this flush down here. I blew it up here when it came down to support. I bought it and then it just flushed all the way down, and the 3 evals got blown up, so I lost those. So this is a brand new account. This is not a 300,000 anymore, and it's a single account. It is only $50,000 account. Threshold is 3,000 to the upside to pass, 2,500 to the downside for blowing up the account. There is a daily limit at 1250, so it gives you a pretty much hard lock at 1250 loss per day, and you get 2 chances. So I haven't traded this account. This is a brand new account, as you can see. So let's go through this journey together. Maybe we can pass this one. We will see. We will see. Let me invite my friends over to the channel. Okay. So this buy limit is really there for me to kind of gauge the gain and loss. It's really strange that these prop firms do not uh, allow you to see how much you'll make if you have a limit um, on the existing position. So if I want to see how much I will get, then I put this simulation or buy limit up there and move this up all the way to where I bought it, and it will tell me how much I will make. That's about 300. So I really hate the way that the prop firms are logging certain features, and this is true for all the prop firms. So one of the features that I really hate that they also log it or don't give it to you is that if you try to open a new position, it does not allow you to modify the SL or the TP at all. You cannot do it. You have to open with the account. So do you know how much that work it takes? You actually have to go over here, set this up, and put in the limit. And every time you click on the limit, it resets. So let's say that we want it at 640. So we got to do a lot of manual work, and then we say let's do it by a limit, and it goes down here and give it to you. You don't have it if you don't do all the manual work. And even after you do all of that and you are in the position, it doesn't tell you how much the position is going to be or how much the P&L is going to be if you actually hit your limit or your stop loss. And I think this is to ensure that the prop firm is always going to be on the advantage against you. So you are really playing against yourself and you're playing against the prop firm at this point because they want you to fail, right? They want you to fail so that they keep collecting those fees that you pay up front. And if you do pass the eval, if you do pass the eval, then in some prop firms they ask you to pay for a PA fee, which is in the amount of $80 to $140 per account. So they always charge you fees up front, and they'll make it as difficult as they can to ensure that you'll never become profitable. So the goal here is to kind of sidestep all those problems and make it through the evaluation and also make it through from the PA to payout or PO. It's been a very difficult journey. Out of the group that I'm with, I want to say out of maybe 40 people, only about 3 people were able to get paid. That's how difficult it is. So I wonder how many people we have who are able to get paid. We have one person with me. Good morning. Not sure who it is, but welcome to the channel. So I'm really new at this YouTube thing. I wanted to be able to bring guests and give them the auto control at some point. So if you guys know how to do that, let me know. At this point, I just wanted to learn how to do these YouTube videos properly. It's kind of fun, right? But as you can see, trading, it's already too difficult in itself. And so we have to kind of make it fun. Otherwise, it's way too depressing. So while we're trading, might as well make it fun. Make the journey fun, guys. So come on to the channel. Let's learn together. I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to participate in the conversation when I actually figure out how to do it. Right now, it's just me talking. It's boring. So we're approaching the 6 o'clock. I don't think we have any news today. So we had some news from the Canadians. Didn't really do much. And then we'll have some news at 7. So there's gonna be some catalyst today. And it's very likely that this thing will just get sold. You know, it's we're at resistance right now, so it's likely that this thing will just get sold. And if it does, then let me show you the plan of day. Even though there was a flush yesterday, I am still a bullish bias player here. So what I might do is that I might just play on this fib level, and I think down here is actually a really good level to enter. So if it gets flushed, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So the game plan here is that we want to limit this out before the news. We get about an hour and 10 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. So at this point, I want to lock in the gain. We have 130. So I want to move this up to a non-risk play. So we move SL into profit, and we might trail this or we might just take it. I'm not sure. Let's see. If we close above this and we're going to have a break of structure, then definitely we're going to go up here to the PVR. Let's see if it's cold enough. Yep, drinkable now. Let's see the smaller time frame. So we broke above that high. If we can close above it, it will be good. And I kind of like it because it consolidates before it breaks through. So it has enough participation before the break, and that's always a good thing. You don't want the thing to come straight into it, and usually it just gets so into it too. So the fact that it consolidates, and this is the second time it tries to break, actually is the third time if you count this one. So I think we're going to stay above this, and we will see. We will see. All right. Looks like they want to close this lower. They don't want to close this above the high here. So there's a very good chance that SL is probably going to hit. But we'll take the play. Hopefully these two MAs will act as support, and we'll push it to the upside. While we wait, let me see if I can figure out how to add hosts and guests at the same time. I really don't know how to do that. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to lock this in, all right? So if this thing does retrace into that, we want out. Let me see. I just don't want to give too much back. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. If it drops below that, we'll just take that SL in profit. Once that bar closes way above here, I'm going to move it up here. But we got to be behind one bullish bars, at least one. So the other thing I don't like about one of the functionalities here is that we actually close here. It cancels out everything that we have set up, all these buy limit. Well, we got to redo them. Looks like it closed above, so we're going to move this up here, and if it takes that candle out, we are willing to take it. We might just take it right now. Let me see. Right. I think that SL is gonna get hit. I think it's gonna come down, but I want to lock in that profit. So even if it comes down, I don't care.
Stop filled.
There you go. How close that was, right? It just took us out and then went up immediately. So it's all right, but we're not chasing that one. Okay, so let's work out the details on the next play as to what we're gonna do, or what I'm gonna do, right? So I think if it comes back down here, I'm probably gonna buy it again. And close it if it breaks that low. Yeah, I'm gonna set to buy somewhere down here, 19,650, 650. And then I'm gonna also buy it down here at 623. All right, so these two, let's move this out of the way. Let's put it right there. Well, really, we got to readjust this. So this one, this is so confusing now. All right, so let me have this buy on the 61, and then I'll have this one out of the way. When you're playing on the fifth level, you're gonna have to play it to the end, and that's a huge loss. But hopefully we don't have to deal with that drawdown, right? Yeah, so we're planning to take a buy at the 50 and then another one here, and if it does come down here, we're taking another one at the 86. Or we can just do this, right? That will give us a lot of room, I think. Actually, I think this is probably better here. Yeah, so my friends, I'm commenting on the fact that I don't have Discord, and so I'm gonna join the Discord, and we'll see. There's a lot of things I don't know at this time. I just want to have some fun trading. All right. I mean, we're taking a lot of losses, and I want to have fun doing so. And yeah, I have my wins too. I want to have fun winning as well. Cho cái tia, nếu chỉ tôi cùng cố lý chơi, cố linh xe, tôi chỉ lo dễ lý nào. Để có hai lần mong này vào bao được. Dạ, cố giờ là mong lên, chạy của hai lần mong lên xe mê vào bao nè. It's not coming back to get us, guys. It is pushing forward. It took us out right here, and then it went up. Nhớ rằng là Jetty Foe. I'm going to speak Monglish to you guys. I know some of you probably don't understand it, but I kind of want it to, because we need to keep the language alive as well. So I regret it, taking that SL right here. I should have taken it down here, but that's hindsight, so it's easy to say. Yeah, I know. There's news today. Um, yeah, while we're on the subject of news and the Fed, um, I want to get across an idea that I wanted to always get across is that if we look at the history of the Fed, it's actually a privately owned entity and it has nothing to do with the federal government. And so when the Fed was formed, it was actually formed by a group of bankers. And then they went to the federal government and say, you know what, how about you let us have some influence in the market and we'll give you two mandates and we're going to do our best to do that. And that is we're going to try to control price um, and we're also going to try to give you maximum employment. What the government didn't realize at the time was that maximum employment really means is that they have to um, always devalue the dollar, so that if you have $100,000, then it becomes less valuable the next year and the next year and the next year, and you ended up going back to work, right? So maximum employment really means is that no matter how much money you have, it ensures that at some point you are going to have to go back to work because inflation will actually burn away those money, right? So the 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 Fed, what most people don't understand is that it may serve the federal government in some forms, but it's privately owned. And when the Fed prints money, they really don't actually just print the money. They don't even print the money, in fact, right? So what they do is that they issue a blank check to, say, the federal government or to the bankers. Let's say if they want to inject money into the bank, then what they do is that they write a blank check to the bank and say, Mr. Banker, here is your check for a $1 billion. And then the banker now has the ability to go into their book and just basically increase their holding in terms of values by $1 billion. And that money is considered a blank check borrow from the Fed at a very low interest rate. And so the banks actually ended up paying back to the Federal Reserve or to the Fed. But remember who owns the Fed, right? It's these bankers initially who formed the organization. So they issue a blank check to themselves and then ended up paying back with interest. And so it's really a private entity and it's owned by the top bankers of the states. And this is the problem that I have with the Fed. I think Trump is right in that he should just scrap the Fed, right? It's because they are controlling prices, they are controlling employment, they are controlling inflation, and what the heck, right? We are in the land of the free, and then we're being controlled through some other means, and this is a really, really bad thing if you understand the implication of it. So, to me, the Fed is just a huge, huge scammer, or there are scammers, and they're out to make sure that the people will work until the day they died. So, that's my 2 cents on the Fed. Hopefully, it doesn't offend the government too much, but it's the truth. All right, all right. Dark. I will try to switch over to Discord. I'm not entirely sure how do I have a live YouTube session and be on Discord at the same time, um, and give you guys audio. so that you guys can talk into the channel as well. Maybe we need to have a test sessions for that. All right, let's go back to the trade. Okay, so what an missed opportunity, right? We took the SL right here, and then now we're up here. So this is a 18-point move on the NASDAQ. That's huge. So we missed. Let me check. I actually have mine stopped, so I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, I see a message. I actually, okay, I'm gonna have this play without the audio so that I know that and I can see your and I can see your messages. Okay. Thank you for joining, Alex, and thank you for joining. Who else is here? I see 3 people. Hey, if you can type your name onto the channel so that I know who you are, because sometimes I cannot recognize the handle as to who you are through your YouTube or browser handle. All right, so I'm going in a FOMO mode, guys. I took the profit down here, and now it just kept going. So I feel like I want to be an idiot and chase this thing to the top. So let's just do that. I think it's going to go up here. But the minute I started to say I want to go in, it starts to slow down. So maybe not. Yeah, so let me check the settings. I think there is a like here, right? I see the like button here on the screen. I'm not sure why you guys don't see it. I see the like and dislike, and I think comments are also available. Can you confirm whether the like and dislike and also the comment section, you are able to comment on the video? I know. I was gonna pull it, but for one contract, but the heck with it. I didn't do it. But if I had, I would be in the money. But I gotta control that FOMO. Okay, good. So whatever you guys want to see, what you guys want me to cover, put it in the comment sections. I really want to, if I'm not going to succeed in trading, I just want to have fun in doing so, you guys. So give me feedbacks. I would appreciate it. So 15 minutes till market opens, and this market here, it is gonna move to the upside, probably to the PVR, and come back now that it has gone so far and passed through that, maybe we might have to move this buy up here. Um, but I still feel like this is the proper place for SL. That's a 200 point. I mean $200. We'll keep it like that. So since we're here to learn together, and I see that there are 2 or 3 of you here, I want to give you some of the things that you may already know, but I just found out recently that all these let me pull up the 15-minute so that it's easier to see. Okay. Let me zoom in here. So you see these breakout structure to the downside, to the upside, change of character to the upside, and all of these are actually pretty nice, and they are given label, and the technical indicator that I use is called BOS Chuck. No, that's not the name, is it? Let me bring this thing down. Okay, yeah, it is, right? So that's the one. So look for BOS Chuck, and then it's this nephew _ Sam. If you like to have these breakup structure, which is sometimes it's not entirely accurate, right? But it's actually very nice to have it on your screen, because then you know that if there's a change of structure or breakup structure or a change of character, you want to know. Okay, you want to know. And so if you are an idiot like me and keep going in the direction that you wish the market to go, but the market has already changed its direction, it's a very good indicator. So if you don't have it on your chart, I would definitely add that. It has a lot of other features. Those of you who are big into SMC and ICT, it has some of these other features that it will give you, like the fair value gap and the open balance. I know these ideas. I don't use it, so I really don't know, right? So if we were to actually use one of those, so here is one of the thing that we would draw if we use this concept, right? So that's going to be a resistance zone, and if price comes up to that, that's where the price drop from. That's where we would have our resistance, or expect the resistance, and it's a proper place. So if it comes up here and it shows any kind of bearish sign, we can just sell it. But these are some of these ideas are fairly new to me, and so I'm not used to what I've been trading is really just the break of structure and also break of channel. In fact, the break of structure, it's also fairly new to me. I knew about it. I don't use it. What I do, and as I had said in the past, is that I use these smaller break of trend lines, right? So these trend lines, these are the ones I use the most. These are the ones I feel most comfortable. If you have a break of trend line as well as a chuck or break of structure, bam, you have 2 confirmations that things are going your way, and you can size it properly. But there's a lot of tools here that people use, and sometimes I wish I know how to use them to the fullest, but I don't. I guess that's why I'm still just an average trader. Um, the histogram, it's just a visual confirmation, because here we have a break to the upside with a chuck, and then the histogram turns green. It gives me a better confirmation to stay in the trade and the confidence to hold the trade, even though that really didn't work because I took the SL right here too tight. But sometimes you gotta just walk away with whatever gain you got, and not look back. Um, all right, so yeah, if you use SMC, maybe I would like to have a session, and you can explain how you use it. I know people will just say, "Well, go learn from the master." You know what? Um, I don't think like them, and so looking at theirs, I just get confused more. I like to see somebody who's using it and see how they actually use it. Um, that way, I know it's just not a theory; it's been applied. But only if you're comfortable with it, okay? Because trying to teach a concept, it's actually hard. It's actually hard, right? I used to um, teach. By the way, let me tell you guys a little bit about my background. So I studied physics for about 10 years, and I was in graduate school, and I ended up doing some of the teacher assistants, or TA. I do the labs, and sometimes I would substitute to teach actually the lecture section if the instructor is not there, but only to the undergraduates. And so it's kind of fun teaching other people. But one thing for sure, unless you know your stuff, you cannot really teach to other people. Or let me reverse that, right? If you really want to verify that you know your stuff, then try teaching it to other people. And if you can actually teach to other people, then boy, you know your stuff, right? So if you want to have the confidence, or you want to develop the confidence, then you gotta just say, you know what, I want to verify that I know my stuff, so I'm gonna try to teach it to other people. So I do want to encourage you guys to try to teach it to other people, because that's going to do two things. The first thing it's going to do is that it's going to add confidence to your mental state, and the second thing is that it's going to verify that you know your stuff. If you are still struggling while you're teaching, then you really didn't know your stuff, and it's okay. Sometimes we got to refine it. So if you are a master at ICT or SMC, try hosting a session, and let the other people learn with you. All right. So if this thing breaks this trend line, we probably don't want to hear, right? We want to see that thing. Probably we want to see a development of the structure here. I think what's gonna happen is that it has already broken through. This is a 1 minute. It has already broken through the Bollinger Band, the moving average. That's a 54, by the way. And if it breaks and closes down here and tests and fails, this thing is coming back down. So in terms of the in terms of the Fibonacci, I think that we can probably put up here, and I think we will have it right. So let's look at the Fibonacci. If we are trying to play the Fibonacci retracement, our first buy is down here, and our first 61 is up here, so that's where I'm going to place. And the 78, the 86 is down here, so there you go. So those are probably not going to play out today, but if they do, I'm taking it. This here, I think I'm going to be more comfortable at the pivot point down here. Okay, so it comes down here, we're taking it. SL is going to be very tight right below that pivot, that swing low. And notice that I drew this purple line, blue line, and it came back and hit it and went to the upside. So if we had taken a position right here, it would have been in profit, but it would have to be very short TP. No, dude, I think if you teach it to other people and you can actually refine it as you go through the explanation process, you'll be more and more confident about your technique, and then you'll develop yourself faster that way. What trading platform am I using? I'm using TradingView actually, right? So this is Trade of 8 in extension to TradingView. This is the TradingView interface. So as you can see, right, if price breaks through this low here, the swing low, a chuck is printed. If it doesn't close below, it doesn't print it. So this is what I mean by a reprint. A price will print and then get removed, and sometimes, a lot of the times, we have that issue where we get a signal printed, and as price moves, that signal goes away. So you always want to have a permanent print before you take the signal. As you can see, the chuck got printed and got removed, printed and got removed. So be very careful using these indicators. Yeah, so let me answer that question. Shade over 8. All right, so the other thing that is also in play here, this up trend line. Which one did I draw? One of these guys, or did I draw both of them? I probably did draw both of them. Let's move that down there. So for me, when I draw a trend line, by definition, the trend line that you can draw however you like, but you always take the lowest point and then you move it to where it touches. You move counterclockwise, and the first touch, that's going to be where the trend line is. So we take it down here. We go counterclockwise. Let me do this. So we go counterclockwise, and the first touch, it's going to be a trend line. By definition, that's the trend line. At least that's how I learned it. Okay, so we're coming down. We definitely have a chuck here, but
Order filled.
we'll take it. Look at that flush. Oh man, that's too tight. This thing is too tight. That is too fast. Okay, so we're gonna be in the red for a while. If this trend line breaks, it's definitely heading south. But I think it's gonna hold. This trend line is gonna hold. Right. So I don't know if you guys saw. I moved to SL simply because price was moving too fast, and I don't want price to spike into it. So I'm still based on this 15-minute chart. This thing is dangerously pointing south, right? You got this break of structure. You got a huge candle bar. It's kind of dangerous going south. Now that it has established a low here, we can. I hate that. So this is one of all the problem I have is to zoom and rezoom. If you're not careful when you zoom out, it completely go all the way out, and you got to redo it. Okay, so I gotta have this SL properly set. I am gonna move it down here, and I am going to move this way up here, and I'm gonna take another buy at the PVS, and let me see. Yeah, I'll take a total SL way down there. And where's my SL? Okay, so I got too many of these and they don't match. I wish I can assign colors to them, but I cannot, and I'm getting confused. So I'm gonna move this down so that I don't get confused. That one and this one, where is it? Oh, there you go. Up here. Okay. There. So if nah, I even got the wrong one. Right. So. All right. So I'm willing to take this all the way down here, take a second buy down here, SL down here, and this one I can put it anywhere. I can probably move it down into the same range. Okay, so now the setup is done. Let's continue talking about the structure here. So if we do have a break of structure on the 15 minutes, it could be dangerous. Looks like the plays are in profit. Let's move it back to the 1 minute. I want to see what happened here. So I want to take the profit here, but I didn't take it. Oh man. Came close to it, but I didn't take it. There we go. So I still think that this thing is, since it has broken structure, I think it's still going to flush. But because of the pivot here, I still think that I'm going to hold it. Okay. Yeah, so you got to wait for the candle to close, and once the candle closed, then it will prevent the reprint. Oh yeah, through all of that, I forgot that the market has opened. Uh, so we're already 7 minutes into it, and right now it's bearing a bearish sentiment at this point on the 1 minute and 15 minute. But I'm still a little bit bullish bias. So as I said, if this thing retraces, I'll just keep buying on this fib level. There's so much details that we're missing here. So the first thing is that we have a change of character right here, and the second is that we have a trend line break. So clearly this was going down, and why the heck do I buy? I bought it because of this PVR, right? This pivot point resistance. Usually it's a pretty good bounce point. That's why I bought one position there, and I want to buy another position down here at the no, that's actually the pivot point, and the PVR is up here. So I want to take another position here, down here at the pivot support. So that's the only reason why I took the trade. But it looks like right now, I think I'm gonna get out, break even, and call it a day, because the bearish sentiment is holding very, very well. We have a trend line break to the downside, and we have
order filled.
Okay, so we took the trade at break even. But I'm gonna still buy this if it drops down here. On the 15 minute though, the bullish sentiment is holding because it's staying above the holy MA. So it's possible that this thing could still go up. So one of the if you trade on structure, then this is a break of structure, and we should be able to take a sell into this right. We should be able to take a sell into that. So let me set up a sell into that, and let's take it very small, sell limit at 754, and we want to basically take a sell if price come up to the point where the structure broke. That is the saying that, you know, if you're gonna if you're going to kill somebody, kill at the crime scene, right? So that's where the crime scene was. And if we want to take a short, then we take it where it broke structure. Um, uh, so that's, if you play structure, that's how, I think that's how it's being played. Um, I'm I'm still uh, very mixed. A lot of it is structure, and a lot of it is still trend line, right? So for me, the larger trend line here, if it doesn't close below this trend line on the 15-minute, it's still the bullish sentiment in terms of the overall trend is still up. Okay, guys. Comments, suggestions. What else can we do? Any other ideas? Any trade ideas out there? Either put it in the comment section or in the chat session. Um, I'm open, guys. Right now, I don't have a position, but if it does go up here, I like to take a short position briefly for the fun of it, right? So, in terms of structure, the other thing to know is that you have this support line right here, and this is pretty much let me, okay, that's already used up, so we can move it. So if this thing breaks this, we're heading south. So we are going to take a market, and if this thing closes below that, we're going to take a market position. Good morning. And if it doesn't close below, then there's no play. But if it does close below that red box, then the flush continues, and the only buy is way down here, but it may not even hold. All right, so I'm gonna have to take my son to work. I'll be back. Since I'm not watching, let's go ahead and remove that. Wait, how come I have this here? Yeah, you can't do that. This has to be. Okay. So since I'm not watching, I'm not taking that position there, but I'm willing to take a position at the 61. So I'll be back. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. You guys have fun. Okay, looks like we didn't come down. We moved to the upside. But there's snooze at 7 in 4 minutes, so it could go either way, right? It could go either way. The small structure shows there's a chuck to the upside. But we're not going to go anywhere until we break this red zone that I drew in here. So until we break through that zone, we're not going anywhere. So for the heck of it, right, for the news, we can even do this. 1700, and this is self stop, so we can do it that way, and we can even have it very tight, right? And for the upside, we'll do a buy stop, and let's have it at 780, 90, 800. There. So for the news, let's just have it that. And I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But let's see what happens. News in 4. No, 1. Well, it was 4 when I was looked at, when I last looked at it. There you go. That's the news.
Stop filled.
Oh, look at that. The stop's too tight, and the spread probably took it out. But the idea was right. Okay, so we're moving to the upside. We are gonna take a buy at the market.
Order filled.
Okay, so one of the thing I like to do is to play the FIP on this move, and
Order filled.
Okay, so we made the loss that we incurred on that first attempt of the buy stop, but I would still want to play this FIP, and so we're going to increase the lot size now to a buy limit at 17.79. 790. I really hate that because it didn't 790. All right. 23 RT. It's not going to give it to us, right? This is and so we're gonna so the idea here is that on news trade like this, since it's pushing to the upside, we're gonna buy at the 50% on that rally and take it out at either 38 or 23. But since I have that thing there, I can't really see what those lines are. That's 23. What the heck is a 38? I thought I had the 38 in there. Where is 38? I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's but I don't think we're gonna get it. All right. Yeah, I did not know that, but good to know that the MFF prop firm will not allow us to trade the news. It's all right.
Order filled.
Okay, so that took us in. Let's Let's take it another one. Oh wow, that flush.
Order filled.
We'll modify this to 6. And we're taking it here.
Order filled.
So for the news, that's how I normally play, is that if it does retrace on that rally, I like to buy it on the first pullback, and that's pretty much the end of the play. So for those of you out there that want to play the news, if you have other technique, let me know. This is the only one that I know how to play it. Because chasing it, sometimes it hurts more than just buying on the retrace. Yeah, it's fast moving, guys, if you trade this market here. So we're up 340 for the day, and we want to hit 3,000, so quite a way to go. I still want to buy at the 50 mark, buy limit 800. Okay, we have a break of structure to the upside. This thing is not coming down, guys. So for those of us who are FOMO, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a buy here, and
Order filled.
let it go. Because I have those other buy in place, I'm just gonna leave it open. Yeah, we might have to close this. That chase was unnecessary. Let's just
Order filled.
close that, and if it comes back, oh man, I hate that. I really hate that. It took out the buy limit I had in there. So that would be 800. All right, so if it comes back down here to the 60, come on. Okay. So it comes back to the 61 I'm buying, and we'll take it at the 38. Okay. Our stop loss, we can take it all the way down here. It's fine. Yeah, this is, since I won't be watching, that's the play, at least blindly, right? So I don't think it's going to come down all the way here though, but we'll see. All right, so that's it for today. I got to get ready for work. We'll chat later, and we'll do it again later tonight. Wait, not tonight. Today's Friday, so probably Monday morning or Sunday night. All right, guys, have a good one.